Our lead story tonight, one NDTV has been tracking, is actually about this new US defense report, which has a warning for India over this Chinese build-up. Vishnu.
Well, let's bring you the details of this. It's essentially a report that we've been tracking of the Chinese base in Djibouti, which lies in Africa. It faces the Indian Ocean. That's the area we are talking about. China, a US report says, it's a report submitted to the US Congress, may base aircraft carriers and submarines in its first overseas military base in Djibouti. What are the ramifications of this? What exactly does the US Department of Defense's annual report say? It comes just 4 months after NDTV published high-resolution satellite images of the base. We're going to be showing you what those are. This comes, interestingly, on a day when China has objected to US exercises in our country, India-US exercises. Well, first of all, this is China's base in Djibouti in Africa, which faces the Indian Ocean. It is now fully operational and capable of having aircraft carriers and submarines which are actually docked. Now, we brought you these images for the first time 4 months back, and now there is the China military report submitted to the US Congress by America's Department of Defense, which says the pier that you actually see, you can see it over there, is able to accommodate the Chinese Navy's aircraft carriers, other large combatants and submarines. Now, this is a huge headache for India, since the Indian Navy will face the possibility of a massive Chinese naval threat in waters off our backyard. Now, China's Djibouti base also houses fully armed Marines. The report says Chinese Marines are stationed at the base with wheeled armored vehicles, also artillery. So that's also a concern over there. Now, this all comes on a particular day when Beijing objected to the US and India holding war games in Uttarakhand. These are called Yudh Abhyas. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson has raised concerns and says these joint military exercises held by India and the US near the line of actual control, we're actually showing you images of those exercises, violate the spirit of relevant agreements signed by China and India in 1993 and 1996. But the Chinese concern seems strange, since US forces are nowhere close to the China boundary. In fact, as you can see over here, and let's bring up that map, Auli, where the war games are going on, is more than 50 kilometers, in fact 58 kilometers from the line of actual control. So unclear what exactly Beijing is concerned about.
Right, Vishnu, thanks so much for tracking that. We'll keep a close eye on those defense reports and, of course, Beijing's saber rattling there.